Welcome to another BlackSwanRadio.com podcast. You're listening to Rondale L Jordan. I am your host, and this is your destination for Worldview conversation and flight music. I hope you are looking forward to your next determination and determined to get there. So first thing first, where are you going next? What's your next exercise of faith? You know, I'm a big proponent of travel because I believe that the world of God is God's greatest sanctuary. Whether you go into the Caribbean and you go into the waters and you see the life forms, you must ask yourself, wow, the creator of these creatures, this environment that we are in, and the variety of species and the variety of geography. You know, my favorite place, Rio de Janeiro, it's my favorite place to visit. The sceneries, the mountains and the seas, the drum and the beat, the drum beat in the background, the cheerful people, the ocean waves, the tropical weather, the entire vibe reminds you that we are in the kingdom. And the kingdom has some wonderful amenities that we are being kept away from, because I'm only been given a glimpse of it. And I am grateful for the glimpses. But even in my journeys, they are treated as something extraordinary. Even when someone acts as if it's nothing, it is because it's extraordinary. I know this because when I'm where I am, the people who receive me treat me in an extraordinary manner. And I don't mean, you know, in the way they approach me in a sense of servitude. No, but I'm talking about in a sense of inviting me into their homes, and their hospitality being a more authentic and wholesome experience. Whether I'm in Egypt or Rio de Janeiro, whether I'm in Saudi Arabia or in Spain or Rome, people of my likeness, with my story, are not seen everywhere. They're like black swans. They're extremely rare. Matter of fact, some people think they're mythological or a conspiracy of some sort. And only in hindsight do they get to know the truth about our existence, that we are real, and our privileges are unique and worthy to be recognized. And so this is part of my agenda, and this is the reason why I dedicate my Patreon to travel consulting and teaching people a system, or teaching my clients a system in which that will enable them to live independent of the labor force, All right, so that this will allow them the income and also the time freedom to be able to travel and live abroad for extended periods of time. So if you're interested in remote, learning how to use the internet as an asset and earning income using Patreon, building a client base one by one, by simply following step-by-step instructions, and an instructor will guide you through the process and who's there to ensure your success. So check out become a member, I should say. Become a member of my Patreon. It's free to become a member and, get a little bit of insight about what I have to offer. And then if you like it, you want to be a part of what we have, and I invite you to be part of the founding members, because it's most important, right? That core group of people, it's more essential, because by the time it becomes a viral wave, I heard someone talk about, you want to be with people who are there with you in the rain, not just there when you rain, right? When you have the keys to the kingdom, everybody wants entry, right? Everybody's like, oh, I know you, remember me. But when we in the rain, right, and we wet and we cold, we look around, there's no one there, right? For me, in my business, I do water restoration, right? And when I need help in my business, right? I need hands, I need labor, I need leads. There's nobody around. I have to make it happen, or else it's me and God. But then when people see photos of me and abroad, overseas, in different countries, people was like, where we going? I was like, man, I've been trying to get we together for so long, but you got left because the funding is the key to the fortune that you see here. It's the funding, and if I have to get the funding on my own, then I gotta reap the fortune on my own. And I don't want that, because people think it's a lonely experience, but you're never odd when it's you and God. God will put a human being right behind you as soon as you touch ground, who will provide you companionship, entertainment, company. It's a matter of how you play your cards. It's a matter of game. For me, I don't mind being alone, because I know that if the time is right, I know where to go. Company will come by. Magic will happen. Because no matter where you go in the world, women are the same. They want something out the deal. Money speaks to somebody. And so here in the States, Shorty's just talking about, hey, look, you got to bring to the table $100K. My nails, my rent, fine dinners, no coffee dates. Right? And the reason why is because there's a lifestyle, there's a standard. And to go below the standard that has been set would be considered settling in her mind. How dare you do that, right? So you have men now going their own way. They're doing what I've been doing, which is not a good thing when you have large traffic of men going to specific locations, all to the same locations, dealing with the same females. It changes. It perverts. It distorts. It corrupts. It restricts. It takes away the purity, the innocence. It draws the attention of the adversaries, the competitors. But you have to understand that, we also live in a world of abundance. What God has made is abundant. And what God has destined for you is for you as long as you put yourself at that destination. It's up to you to be determined to get to the destination and allow God to put his angels in this place. And you have to be willing to deal with what presents itself to you. And if you're able to do this respectfully, anywhere in the world you go, you will be in the appropriate hands. So where in the world do you want to go next? Because, you can make it happen. Every year you should be making something happen, realizing something special. And when I must be even more specific, I'm talking about a trip overseas to learn something, to be able to inspire and give insight, pass on the torch to someone else younger than you. And that's a very, very fulfilling reward, is to be inspirational to the youth. And young people are inspired by what you have experienced and accomplished. Yes, they're going to want to see your fruits. They're going to want to see proof that you're not struggling. Evidence that you have something to show for your decade, your 2 decades, your 3 decades, your 4 decades, whatever it is that it is. And I say have a wealth of experiences, at least, and survive the trials and the tests. Go through life as if it's you and God. Because that's really what it is. But you have to understand that we only get one of these things called life. And we're here on a wonderful planet. It is the womb in which gave birth to the seed in which God has planted abundantly on this landscape. And only because of the sun, the waters are liquefied, right? And we are able to see the light, which gives reference to the darkness and the shade. And so we are able to experience this 3D environment where we can feel, and we're not going to be able to experience this forever. So make sure that you be wise with what you have. Be faithful.